Hello children, this is Reshma Science Classes. Welcome all of you. If you have not subscribed my channel Reshma Science Classes yet, then subscribe it as soon as possible and press the bell icon to get the notification of new upcoming videos. Today we are going to start a new chapter, that is the Cell, the Basic Unit of Life. It is taken from the Innovative Biology book of Class 6. Today's topic is Discovery of Cell and Historical Study of Cell. This is the first video of the topic Cell, the Basic Unit of Life. So, let's see today's topic, Discovery of Cell. Cell, the basic unit of life. So let's start this. Living world includes innumerable types of plants and animals, which shows a large variation in their external features. However, all of them resemble each other in one respect, that their bodies are made of numerous building blocks called the cell. In an organism, the cells are organized to perform different functions and work together with a common aim to sustain life. Therefore, we defined as a cell a basic structural and functional unit of life. In this chapter, we will study about the structure, composition and the function of a plant cell and an animal cell. So, in the living world, innumerable types of plants and animals present. That means a lot of plants and animals are present. It shows a large variety and large variations in their external feature. That is, they all are different in their shape, size, color and structure, but all of them have some characters or the features that are same, like their bodies are made up of a small building blocks called the cells. In an organism, these cells are organized to perform the different functions and they work together with a common aim to sustain the life. That's why the cell is called as the basic structural and functional unit of life. So, in this chapter, we will study about the structure, composition and the function of a plant cell and about the animal cell. Before going to such topic, let's learn first the discovery of cell. Discovery of cell. Cells are very small and invisible to naked human eyes. Our knowledge of their structure was made possible only by the invention of the microscope and subsequent improvements in its technology. Antony van Leeuwenhoek, 1632 to 1723, developed the first simple microscope, which was made up of single lens. He was the first to observe tiny single-celled living units in a drop of water. However, he did not name them as cells. Cells. These are very small and invisible to our naked eye. After the discovery of the microscope and subsequent improvements in its technology made possible to see their structure and study. Antony van Leeuwenhoek, its life period is 1632 to 1723, developed the first simple microscope. It was made up of single lens and that means Antony van Leeuwenhoek was the first scientist who observed tiny single-celled living units or the organisms in a drop of water. He did not name them as a cell but only observed them. Okay, you can see here in this picture, this is the scientist Antony van Leeuwenhoek and he made the simple microscope. Okay, this is the simple microscope. It has only one lens and this is the lens. Okay, single lens. So after the discovery of this simple microscope, it was possible to see and study the structure of the tiny cells. Okay. In 1663, Robert Hooke, an English scientist, devised a compound microscope which was made up of two lenses. He examined a thin slice of cork under his microscope and observed that it was made up of tiny honeycomb compartment-like structures built up together. He named these structures as cell. The term cell is derived from a Latin word cellula, meaning room or small compartments. In 1663, an English scientist named the Robert Hooke, he invented a compound microscope. He has two lenses. Under this microscope, he examined a thin slice of a cork and he observed or found that the cork was made up of very tiny compartment like structures and they are tied or piled up together. Robert Hooke named this structure as cells. The term cell, it is derived from a Latin word, that is the cellula, and its meaning is room or the small compartments. Let's we see in this picture. This is the picture of the compound microscope. This is discovered by or invented by the Robert Hooke. So it is named as the Robert Hooke's compound microscope. You can see here it has two lenses. Two lenses are present. Okay. And it was made on 1663. Okay. This is the picture of the thin slice of a cork and Robert Hooke examined this thin slice of cork under his microscope. This is the structure. You can see here many tiny honeycomb compartment like structures are present here. Okay, and they all are tied or piled up together. If you see in the microscope, compound microscope, you can see here there are honeycomb like compartments and they are tied up or piled together. Not the Anthony Leeuwenhoek, Robert Hooke. Robert Hooke named this structure as a cell. Okay, these are the tiny cells. And this cell term, it is derived from the Latin word that is cellula and its meaning is small room or small compartments. Is it clear? Let's we see historical study of the cell. The first point is Antony von Leeuwenhoek was the first to recognize the living units as of organisms. A.V. Leeuwenhoek was the first scientist who recognized the living units of organisms in a drop of water, and he also discovered the simple microscope. Now the next point is Robert Hooke. Robert Hooke discovered and named the living unit as cells. Robert Hooke, he observed these living units in a thin slice of cork and named them as cells. The third point is in 1833, Robert Brown, a Scottish naturalist, noticed that each cell had a dark spot inside it. He named it nucleus. In 1833, Robert Brown is a Scottish naturalist. He noticed that in the middle of each cell had a dark spot. He named that spot as nucleus. So, the Robert Brown discovered the nucleus. The next point is, in 1838, Matthias Jakob Skalden, a German botanist, proposed that all plants are composed of cells. In 1838, the Matthias Jakob Skalden, a German botanist, he proposed that or proved that all the plants, they are composed of or made up of the small tiny cells. The next point is, a year later, Theodore Szechuan came to the same conclusion about the animal cell. After a year later, Theodore Szechuan also came to the same conclusion with the animal cell. That means he proved that all the animals, they are composed of or made up of the small cells like the plant cell. The next point is, in 1858, Rudolf Virchow revealed that all cells grow from other cells by the division of the cells. Another scientist in 1858 named Rudolf Virchow, he observed that all these cells, they grow from the other cells by the process cell division. That means the division of cells. And all these conclusion led to the formation of the cell theory, which states that all organisms are composed of cells. The next point is, the cell is the structural and functional unit of all living beings. And the third one is, all cells are produced from the pre-existing cells. All these scientists come to conclude and form the cell theory, and this cell theory states or proves that all the organisms, either it is plant or animal, are composed of cells. The cell is the structural and functional unit of all living beings. That is the smallest unit of the life, that is the cell. And all the cells are produced from the pre-existing cells or the old cells by a process that is called as the cell division. All living organisms are made up of the cells. The study of cell is called as the cytology. So all the living things, living organisms, either it is plant or the animal, they all are made up of the cells, tiny cells, and the study of the cell, it is called as the cytology. Antony von Leeuwenhoek studied the structure of microorganisms such as the bacteria and protozoa by using his microscope. He made extensive observations on microorganisms and earned the title of Father of Microbiology. A.V. Leeuwenhoek, he studied the structure of microorganisms such as the bacteria and the protozoa, and by using his microscope he made too many extensive observations on microorganisms. That's why he is called as the father of microbiology. The size of an organism depends on the total number of the cells it has and not the size of the cells, which is found to be small in all organisms. For example, a bird has more cells in comparison to an insect. The size of an organism, it depends on the total number of the cells it has or present on them, not the size of the cells. The cell size is very small in all organisms. The cells present in the outer surface of the skin of the animals are flat in shape, which help to cover a large area. In plants, the cells which carry water and food are thin and long in their structures. So, the cell size is very small in all organisms. Either the organism is large or small. So, the size of an organism, it depends on the total number of the cells. Example, a bird has more cells in comparison to an insect, or an elephant has more cells in comparison to a bird. Cells are present on the outer surface of the skin of the animals, where these are flat in shape. It helps to cover a large area. But in the plants, these are thin and long in structure because it helps in carry water and food. Different lifespan of cells. On the basis of their type and functions, the cells in the human body have different lifespans. For example, certain cells of digestive tract live for only few days. The red blood cell live for 120 days and the pancreatic cells can live for as long as a year, while other specific type of cells can live for 5 to 6 weeks. On the basis of their type and the functions of the cells, they have different shape, size and also different lifespans. Like the certain cells of the digestive system can live for only few days, while the other examples are the red blood cells, it can live 120 days. Pancreatic cells can live for as long as a year and some other specific cells can live for 5 to 6 weeks. So here the different cells of the human body, different lifespan present. So here I end this video. We will continue this chapter in the next part. I hope my videos are helpful to all the children of class 6. If you like my videos, please like and share to your friends, your classmates. If you want to see my previous videos, links are given in the description box. And if you want to watch my new upcoming videos, please subscribe my channel, that is the Reshma Science Classes. And also press the bell icon to get the notification of the new upcoming videos. Okay. Till then, thank you and have a nice day.